Dewalt 54-volt flex skill saw. This is the big one. What is she? DCS 577 Type 2. She's obviously had a bit of work. Problem, it's a standard one. Doesn't sound good. It's actually not too bad. The actual bearing for the blade spindle, she has gone bad and collapsed. So she'll run fine for a little while, but then once she starts moving a wee bit, she starts building up a very bad vibration until she starts squealing like that there. Left alone, that's going to burn out your motor. Couldn't use it like that anyway. Best thing to do, drop her on, get a new bearing fitted, problem solved. First thing to do, give her a wee clean down. Clean out all the sawdust so whenever we do open it, none gets onto the gearbox. First thing, get off this handle. Rid of that. Now, this is the pin. It's a leaf spring. Or ring spring. It has to be prized up, taken out. This is a big flat ring spring that coils up inside a track. That holds the guard on. It's a torture to get on and off. Gently prise it up all the way around until you get it out. That's what you're getting out there. You have to get on far enough to get this wee notch to drag it out. Again, just clean this. Now, up in here is our culprit. Yep, that's the bearing race. Underneath is the bad bearing. Now, I can't access it through this way. It's pressed into here. You can only access it through this side. So we have to go into the motor. Sadly, everything has to come apart. of that. Get rid of that. That's just holding back these wires, keeping them tidy. You need them loose so we can pull the motor out. Three screws. You have to give this a good tug because it will be tight. This rotor as a magnet is holding this in place. Now you can hear the problem. Sometimes you can pull it out like that. Not so bad. There's your problem right there. One failed bearing. That fails all the time in these things. They're just a cheaper bearing. They're not an NSK or FAG. They do the work for a while. Once they get loud like this, replace them. Try to get yourself a decent bearing on it. It'll last a bit longer. The rear bearing generally doesn't need to be changed. That one's okay. It's a little bit slack, but it'll do. Problem with changing this one is it has this wee magnetic tacho on top. This is for 3 Hall effect sensors that sit at the bottom of your stator. And they pick up the magnetic field from this ring, and that's what gives you your speed control. So without feedback from the rotor telling it what speed it's doing, this actual brushless motor can't run at all. So if you break this, you've broken the motor. So I would only pull that off only if you have to. If that bearing's bad, get a pair of splitters, grab hold of that bearing and that bearing only, and press off the two together. This is just a brass insert. I want to put all the stress on the bearing, nothing on that there wee tacho. But this one's okay, so we'll leave that alone. Just need to change this one. Now, one bearing removed. Now, that's for a bearing. Totally shot. Actual seal's gone as well. And the actual bearing number is completely worn off it. So, nothing left of the markings, but I've done this job a few times now. And I know myself, it's a 6002 bearing. That's what you need. There's a FAG bearing. Better if it's an NSK. FAG will do. Yeah, 6002 bearing. One new bearing fitted. Now, the other thing. What the hell's that off? It's bad enough when you can't remember the screws you took out, but how do you remember the ones you didn't take out? The small M3. One place that'll go. Yeah. Look at that. Has to work this way loose. Stick it back in again before we forget. It's a bit of Loctite. Probably alright without it, but might as well put it back soon as we know it's gone. Now, what I was saying is, do not forget about this housing. It's your old race and seal. Bits of the race actually break away. They're going to be in this gearbox housing. So that's as far as you want that stuff to get. You do not want that getting onto the gears. So we'll get in there, wash all that out. Wash this side out as well, just in case anything left in there. You want to make sure she's spotless. Now, get all that cleaned out. Now this goes on with a snap, so watch the fingies. Now, all the wiring has a path. Just put them all into the wee slots. You'll not go too far wrong. Rollers on there, tenors on there, and a wee spring for your battery. Just sits in the back of the battery retainer. Just give that a wee bit of spring for better contact. Other half goes on top. Should be us. felt packer back in. Gasket. Good gob of grease. Don't overdo it. We steel insert. That's just to help stabilize the armature, this gear, as she's running. Make sure she runs smooth. This end of the spring is going to this hole. After your guard on, probably won't be sitting on right. The spring still sitting proud. But we push to one side and allow it to drop in. Then you can get your ring spring back in again fully. That's it. And then lastly, refit your handle. Now, on Dewalt 54 volt skill saw, up and running again with a new bearing. Never remember where this goes. Oh yeah, that's her. On 54 volt Dewalt. Running smooth again. Or if you're in the States, 60 volts. Same saw, just different marketing. that's it. All done. 16002 bearing changed on the Dewalt 54-volt Flexvolt saw. DCS 577 or whatever model it is in the States. So for that repair, all on, including the bearings, labour and VAT, you're talking €45. That isn't all that much when you compare the price of the saw is €400. So a €400 saw can be fixed up again for €45. Not a bad price. Hope somebody finds it useful. Hope this helps somebody out. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate the views. Don't forget to give us a like and a follow if you want to see more tool repair videos like this here. Plenty more to come. Cheers lads.